Hey everyone, it's Raven. Welcome back to the Nest. What I'll be doing today is checking in on my savings challenges, doing just the weekly check-in. So if you are interested in seeing my progress and how I'm doing this week, stay tuned. Alright, first off, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you do not miss any more of my videos. Okay, so let's get into this update. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to calculate up how much I have saved thus far this week for both of my savings challenges. That's going to be savings challenge number 1, which is my $1 monthly savings challenge, and then savings challenge number 2, which is my 5,252 weeks savings challenge. I just designate them as 1 and 2. It's kind of like my shorthand in my budget. So that's just how I designate them. So let's go ahead and get into what we have saved thus far this week. My last update was posted on May 9th, which was going to be right here. So we're going to be calculating the 10th forward. So let's go ahead and do that. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, that's going to be... So for savings challenge number 1, that is going to be a weekly change of $91. We're going to put just weekly change here. So since that is what I should have added to my savings challenge totals in my savings account for this first challenge, $91. And if you are a new viewer, I'm doing 2 savings challenges for the year, and one of them is this one. It's the $1 monthly savings challenge, a sense where you are saving a total amount each day. So for example, the first you would save $1, the second $2, the third $3, the fourth $4. And you're going to do that every single month for the entire year. And since once you finish this, you would have saved, I want to say it's like a little over $5,000. I can't remember the exact total, but if you follow this exactly for the entire year, you would save a little over $5,000. So there's that. Alright, so our weekly change is going to be $91. And I'm going to put here what the total was to date for Q2, which is what I updated on last week. My total Q2 to date was $510 for this savings challenge. So we are going to add our $91 to that to give us what our total should be at this point. And then I'm going to do screenshots and all of that to show you all kind of where we are. Alright, so plus $510, which was our total Q2 to date from last video. So that means I should have a total of $601 for this first savings challenge. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move on to our savings challenge number 2, which is our $5,200 in 52 weeks savings challenge. And I just kind of write savings challenge 1 and 2 just as sort of like a freehand in my budget, because it just helps me, you know, designate without having to write out the entire name. Okay, so I'll briefly go through what this one is. So you get this entire chart, and I have both of these printables in the description box below, but this one here is just one sheet, whereas with this one, if you wanted to have multiple sheets, you would have one sheet for each month. But for this one, you just need this one sheet for the whole year because it has all 52 weeks on this page. And you're going to go in, and it actually helps you keep track because it tells you like how much you're supposed to save for each week. And then you can put your date in for when you actually save that amount. I'm doing my savings amounts on Fridays, so all of these dates you see here are Friday dates. So let's get down to where we are currently, which is on week 19, which week 19 just passed for me on this past Friday, which would have been the 14th. So we need to go ahead and add in the 14th here because I did save my $90 on the 14th. So we're going to say 14, 21, and then we're going to go ahead and add. So that's going to be a $90 weekly change. Alright, so my Q2 to date total for this savings challenge was, and I'm going to post it here, it was $550. So we're going to do 550 plus 90, which is what we saved this past week. And that means that we should have a total of $640. And why I'm saying should have, because this is my way of tracking and, you know, keeping account and making sure that I'm on track aside from following this, because I mean, it is math. You know, we can mess up a little bit. So this is, doing these videos is also a way to make sure that I am keeping track of what I should be saving and all of that. And I'm going to do all the totals, like I said, a little towards the end, and then provide some screenshots of my savings account, because I'm saving both of these. I was going to do 2 separate savings accounts just to try to keep track of them easier, but I just decided that doesn't make sense, because in a sense, one of my goals for 2021 is to save a total of $10,000 to put towards a home. That's not everything that I'll be putting towards a home, but I felt like I needed an extra 10 grand on top of what I have already saved, plus the additional side saving that I'm doing for a home. I said I got to figure out a way to maximize my savings and at least save $10,000 more, and this is how I decided to do it. So that is one of the reasons why I am saving this together in one savings account, where it's putting it in 2 separate accounts. It just makes more sense for me that way. All right, so let us go ahead and okay, let me go ahead and total this up here. Okay, so what we should have in total for Q2, and I'm going to show you all my balance for Q1, and we're going to, like I said, do our totals and all that. So savings challenge number 1, so far to date for Q2, I should have $601. And then for savings challenge number 2, so far for Q2, I should have $640. So I should have a grand total of $1,241.00. That is what I should have. So I'm going to go ahead and post a screenshot here. Now this is a screenshot of my Wells Fargo savings account. This is where I'm saving my entire savings challenge amount and balances. Now I did move Q1. I did move Q1 over to my Ally checking account, and I'll kind of show that, like I said, in the later when I'm doing my totals and everything. But this is where I'm kind of saving my Q2 situations at, and the reason why is because Wells Fargo is my main checking account, and I'm using basically my main checking account to do these daily and weekly transfers. I have thought about moving to Ally being my main checking account. Reason being is because I get better interest rates on my savings accounts over at Ally versus Wells Fargo. So that's one of the reasons why I moved my Q1 savings account balance to Ally, is to get that that higher interest rate. So this is, like I said, this is the screenshot for the savings account where I am saving and transferring these balances each day and each week. So the total that I have right now in there, you see, is $1,242.03. So that actually means that I'm in the plus by, because what I actually have is 1,000. And I'm also looking at my screenshot here too, because I can't see it. I have to be able to see it. So the total balance that I have in there is $1,242.03. So that is a plus of $1.03. Okay. So to recap, our weekly change for savings challenge number 1, which is our $1 monthly savings challenge, our weekly change on that is going to be $91 for the week. And then for savings challenge number 2, which is our $5,200.52 week saving challenge, our weekly change on that one is $90 this week. So that brings us to a grand total of $1,241 that we should have. And what we actually have, and I will post a screenshot again for my Wells Fargo savings account, what we actually have is $1,242.03 for a plus, or in the black, of $1.03. Okay, so let's move on to, well, I'll just flip this over. Let's move on to actual totals, like year-to-date totals. So I'm going to post here my Ally savings account, which is where I said that I moved the balance for Q1. The balance for Q1 was $2,599, and then to date, which is what we just discussed and went through, to date for Q2 is going to be $1,242.03. So let's go ahead and do, I'm just going to say year to date. All right, for Q1, we had $2,599, and then for Q2, I'm just going to put to date in parentheses just so we know what's what. To date for Q2 is $1,242.03, and then we're going to add those up together. So let me pull out my lovely calculator so that we can calculate that up. Sorry to blind you. $2,599 plus $1,242.03. That's going to give us a grand total of $3,841.03. And the difference on that, last week we had, where's my little paper from last week? Okay, last week we had, I'm just going to put, last week we had a total of $3,659.03. And then this week we have, again right here, the $3,841.03, which gives us a change of $182. So that's our overall change. So we are on track, which I'm loving. I'm so ready to get to the end of the year so that I can have this $10,000 set aside, because I'm so ready to buy a house, y'all. Y'all just do not know. I've been looking at houses, and then I get mad because I'm like, oh, it's not time, Raven. It's not time. It's not time. You're almost there. And then I get so upset when, like, the houses I look at that I do like, they're, like, off the market, and then people have them under contract. Then I'm just like, ugh. So this past couple of days, I've just stopped looking at houses, rather. So, but I could start back, because it kind of gives me an idea of things that I want and don't want, because this will be actually my first home purchase. So maybe I could look at homes like from that sense. What I mean by looking at homes, I'm always on like Trulia, I guess is how you say it, Trulia.com and Zillow and all of that. So maybe I could just use those like tools to start making lists of like kind of my must-haves and, you know, nice to have. And so maybe I'll just do that. But like I said, I kind of started getting mad because I was getting anxious, and I'm like, I'm ready to buy a house now. So all right, guys, but this is like I said, my update for the week on my savings challenges, so you can see where we are. If you have watched this far and you have enjoyed this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any more of my videos. Thanks, guys. Peace.